You're listening to Potty Mouth Radio, the home of movies, music, television, and comedy.
And now, the hunt for the perfect album.
Boo. That's too much to drink already. Happy Halloween, everybody, and welcome back to the hunt for the perfect album with Billy and Dave, where this week we are back to mixtaping, and it is our ultimate Halloween party playlist.
Whoa!
Dave, we had very short notice. I realized about 2 hours ago that this is what was due to come out this week, and I messaged you, do you think you can come up with a list? How did you go about coming up with this?
I sat while I was supposed to be working and came up with things off the top of my head. And there's a bunch of kind of obvious ones, and I'll as we go through, I'll talk about sort of how they came to my mind.
Yeah.
I did go Googling just because I thought, oh, fuck, I'm going to forget shit. Almost every list online is obviously copying one original list because they're all the fucking same.
There's a lot.
And they're all fairly sad and pathetic. I did get a couple of ideas out of them, none of which have made my list. But yeah, I just ended up with kind of just off the top of the dome stuff. What about you?
Yeah, no, pretty much exactly the same. I also looked at some of those lists. I've got a list of 18 because obviously we kind of crossovers, and I wasn't sure how much we would cross over on this topic. So there are some on mine that I probably won't pull from that are on those kind of every list kind of thing.
There's 2 or 3 super obvious ones, one of which I alluded to last week or the week before.
Should I say MJ?
No, not even in my short list.
No, same. That's what I mean, but that's on every list. So I tried to be a little bit different than that. So I've got some that you'd probably expect, but I think I've got some you probably don't as well, because same as you, I just went off the top of the dome. So
yeah,
I can't remember.
Most of mine are going to be surprises, I think. I've got some really left field shit on there. So if this goes up, we'll put it up for the vote. I think you're going to win.
Okay.
Because most of mine is super obscure.
Usually we let the robot decide, but if we don't think there's going to be any crossovers, you go first, mate.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. A couple of mine, and not this one, but a couple of mine I will tell you to scrub to a certain point, because I realized with some of them that 30 seconds is just going to have intro. But not this one. All right. I'll tell you what it is so you can cue it up, but it's a song called The Zombie by C.W. Stone King.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Mr. Stone King?
I am not at all.
Okay. I might think about that at a later date for Perfect Album, because I think you would really dig. Folk singer. I'm not going to tell you anything about him until after you listen to it, and then I'm going to ask you something.
Okay, well, let's rip into it.
Are you ready? Yeah. I got a brand new dance here for you. This one is called The Zombie. But when you hear that zombie rocking slow till the break of dawn in the Congo, ain't gonna lay to rest till the morning light. Gonna raise some sand in the dead of night. My mama hear them mumbling.
Holy shit, I love that.
I thought you might. Now tell me where you think he's from.
Oh, I mean, South America. Down on South America.
Do you want to pick a decade, maybe?
Oh, look, I feel like you're only asking because it's a trick. I think obviously he sounds, very 20s. I'm going to guess 80s.
All right. He's 2 years younger than me.
Yeah, okay.
And he's from the Catherine in Northern Territory.
Oh, holy shit.
He's white.
Did not expect any of that.
He started, his dad was a kind of a Ozploitation era Aussie filmmaker.
Yeah, right.
And he started recording, I think he started in like the mid 80s or something as a very young tacker, but his debut album was sometime in, I think, the late 90s.
Yeah.
Self-titled. and that's where I discovered him. And then as I was just randomly searching for stuff, I hadn't heard this track before.
Yeah.
And then I came across him and I thought, well, one, I know you're going to love him. So this is
Yeah,
a chance to
yeah.
kind of get him in the
Big
conversation.
fan of that.
But I would challenge anyone who doesn't already know, obviously, to listen to his stuff and not assume he's a contemporary of Robert Johnson from the American South in the 20s.
Yeah.
It's so authentic. I'm a big fan.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
There you go.
Right, I'm going to start with what I think is the scariest song of all time. When we came up with this playlist, it was the first song that came to my head. This song genuinely terrifies me. It's kind of a gag actor. You're familiar with Napoleon 14? I'm not surprised that you're not. I don't know anything else about them apart from this song. It's from the 70s, and it's called They're Coming to Take Me Away, haha.
Oh,
and
Napoleon? Is it Napoleon? I don't know who I thought the artist was because I know the song completely.
Right. I don't think anything captures like mental illness as much as this song.
Well, you left me anyhow, and then the days got worse and worse, and now you see I've gone completely out of my mind. And they're coming to take me away, haha, they're coming to take me away, ho ho, hee hee, haha, to the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time, and I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats, and they're coming to take me away, haha!
That song terrifies me, man.
That is a masterful pick.
It's such a good song.
It.
First thing I thought of for Halloween Party. All right, back to you for your next pick.
All righty. Now, this one is not going to be unknown to people. Certainly anyone who's watching recent TV shows. But it's always been a classic of the season, as far as I'm concerned, and that is Goo Goo Muck by The Cramps. Had a big resurgence recently as the kind of backing track for Jenna Ortega's famous Dance in Wednesday, which is a great show, great scene. I love that it's given the Cramps, a resurgence because I fully dig that 60s, 50s, 60s rockabilly vibe.
Yeah.
But I fucking hate all the teenagers thinking they've discovered a band. They can all go fuck themselves.
When the sun goes down and the moon comes up, I turn into a teenage Goo Goo Muck. Yeah, I cruise through the city and I roam the streets, looking for something that is nice to eat. You better duck when I show up.
Yeah, it's a good pick. It's an excellent pick. Not on my list. All right.
I said we're not going to have crossover. I don't think we'll have any crossovers.
Well, I'm going to make sure of that. I'm going to take a song now that I just want to be sure that you're not going to take because it is an old favorite of mine, and it has the kind of vibe that says Dave. And I'm taking "Don't Fear the Reaper" by Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh, yeah, distant.
All our times have come here, but now they're gone. Seasons don't fear the reaper, nor do the wind, the sun, or the rain. We can be like they are. Come on.
Oh, I fucking love that song so much.
I adore that song.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I also considered Blue Oyster Cult. I've got another song called Nosferatu, which I was sort of like toying with.
Yep.
The problem with Don't Fear the Reaper, 40% of my brain associates it with 1990s The Stand.
Same. Yep.
But 60% of my brain associates it with Will Ferrell and Saturday Night Live. And Christopher Walken going, more cowbell!
I forgot about that, actually. But yeah, I associate it with The Stand as well, Stephen King.
I adore that. It is such a... That and Juice Newton's Angel of Morning, to me, are just such Stephen King associated songs because of his books. No, great pick. Yeah, I considered it, but every time I went to listen to it, all I could hear was Christopher Walken going, I got it disease. The only prescription is more cowbell.
Oh man.
We need to do a top 10 Saturday Night Live skits.
Oh man, I still watch Saturday Night Live every week. I know that a lot of people have fallen off.
I have never watched an entire episode.
Oh man,
because it was never on like free to air. It was never anywhere I could watch it. But I have so many fun, and a lot of it I hate.
Yeah,
a lot of it I find really cringy. Just no offense, but particularly the like Spade Farley era stuff. But there are certain sketches like More Cowbell, like David S. Pumpkins is one of my favorite sketches of all time. There's some pure genius in
Don't get me wrong, like every episode is completely hit or miss. Like you could have literally the best sketch you've ever seen followed by the worst sketch you've ever seen. But I still watch it religiously, and I think some of the new cast members are great. Heidi Gardner.
Well, I really, really like the I don't know if it's replaced the old kind of update.
They still do Weekend Update now. It's Colin Jost and Michael Che.
Yeah, well, so it did replace it. I love. I mean, he's obviously a masterful comedian, or he wouldn't have bagged Scarlett Johansson. But their YouTube, the YouTube bits of their stuff,
the best. So you should at least watch like the last episode of every year. They get to write each other's jokes. And all Michael Che gives Colin Jost is just like racism. It's so funny. Oh man.
Yeah. All right. No, that's where I know them from. It's just the YouTube stuff of so good.
Back to Halloween. What's your number 3 pick?
Alrighty. It was hard not to go into movie theme territory.
I've got a couple on my list.
Limited myself.
Yeah.
One that I couldn't go past is a Stephen King film theme, and that is Pet Sematary by the Ramones. But if you can find the one from Loco Live, the live one, not the album one, it's way better.
This was also on my list.
On your 10 or just the long? Oh,
it hasn't made my 10, but this is in my list of 18. I'm not sad to see you take it because I'm glad it's here.
Makes it easy.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, like I said, excellent
live my life again.
No arguments here whatsoever. All right. My number 3 then is going to be a song that you've never heard of, Dave. I'm confident that no one's ever heard of this song.
3 or 8? Or you're not going in an order?
I'm sorry, my 3rd pick, I guess. Yeah.
Rando. You're such a Billy.
This is a song that no one ever would have heard of. It's a band from Melbourne, Australia. Their debut album, Confessions of a Rooftop Killer, Gus and Frank. And this is the title track. It's an 8-minute long ballad, which is just one of my... I love this song. You're going to love it, Dave. Let's get into it.
Children, I want to tell you a story.
Sounds like Cartman.
The old man began with his hand on his working class heart. I swear on my grave that my days have been damned from the start. Shall I tell you my tale of woe? Let me sing before my days go. It's a story of love and the darkness that drove it apart. My love song begins with the sins I'm compelled to confess. Maintaining deceit is a feat that I need to undress. It's not gold or silver I stole, no slanderous lies that I told. These hands of mine held the same body they bludgeoned to death. I was born like a thief in the streets of the trade.
I could see you just like feeling the
Oh,
music
I
there,
love
so I
it,
didn't bring
love
it down.
love it.
It's
I
an
don't even care you played about 8 minutes of it.
I won't. I'll cut that down in the episode. I mean, literally, the whole thing
Who's
goes
suing
for
us for? I don't even know what they're called.
Gus
Who
and
are
Frank.
they?
It's
No
not
one's
even. It's
suing
not
us
even
for
on
that.
streaming. I had to go to YouTube to
Oh.
pull this up. But Dave, you would absolutely love the song. It's 8 minutes long, and
Love
it
that.
tells.
Is that indicative of all their stuff?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. I saw these guys live several times. I was lucky enough to like hang out with them backstage and like play music with them. And this song, honestly, it's so well written, and it tells this ballad tale of this murder of his great love. And man, just you got to listen to the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, very Nick Cave. I love it.
Yep, I knew.
I'm
Yeah.
sold on that.
All right,
Oh,
back to you for your fourth pick.
Number 7. All right, so here's where I delve into movie territory a little bit. So,
Okay, yeah.
Al Bowley, who I'm a big fan of World War II era music. I love Edith Piaf. I love Vera Lynn.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Al Bowley's kind of like the biggest of the male singers. You know, It's a Lovely Day Tomorrow and all these things.
Yeah.
And one of his most famous is this beautiful love song called Midnight and the Stars and You, I think.
Yeah.
And for, I'm going to say, at least 30 years, it was one of the most beautiful love songs ever. And then a certain Stanley Kubrick came along and put it in The Shining. And now all I can see are fucking horrible ghosts killing people. Scrub ahead to about a minute because it's got a long instrumental.
Where the stars and you, midnight and a rendezvous. Your arms held a message tender, saying I surrender all my love to you.
That's such a great pick.
No, Mr. Torrance, you're the caretaker. You've always been the caretaker.
Man, it didn't come to me, but yeah, that's a good pick. Yeah. All right. I'm thinking about where to go next because, like I said, mine's not numbered. Do I also go for a movie one at this point? I'm not going to. I'm gonna go with some 90s rap. Are you a fan of
Funky Cold Medina?
Are you a fan of DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince?
I'm aware of their work.
Are you aware of their song A Nightmare on My Street, which is all about Freddy Krueger?
Only because I looked up fucking Google lists and shit. I don't know this song. No.
I love this song. This was huge to me in the 90s.
to tell about this guy you all know. He has me scared as hell. He comes to me at night after I call into bed. He's burnt up like a weenie and his name is Fred. He wears the same hat and sweater every single day. And even if it's hot outside, he wears it anyway. He's gone when I'm awake, but he shows up when I'm asleep. I can't believe that there's a nightmare
on my street. So you've never heard that song? Dave was pissing himself during that, people.
Oh my god! I
Oh,
didn't think
man.
I needed any more reasons to really dislike Will Smith.
Oh, man, I love that song. I have ever since I was a kid.
I mean, I love the fact that they sample the
Yeah.
theme from the music,
Yeah.
from the movie, but I hate what they did with it.
No, I'm a huge fan of that one.
Oh man!
All right,
Wow.
over to you for halfway, mate. Your fifth pick.
All right. So yeah, proper. This is my movie moment. I was torn. I had like 3 or 4 different themes, and I thought I could have all, but I'm going to limit myself to one movie theme.
Hopefully, you haven't taken the same one that I've got.
I don't think so, because I don't know that you're a huge fan of this Italian band.
Oh, Goblin?
Yeah.
Is it Suspiria?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I can. I'll
No,
tell you what.
no, do it. No. You take Goblin. I've got another one I can take. You take Goblin. You take Goblin. No. This is such a good theme, man.
Greatest theme ever.
Yeah, genuinely. It's a great call. Yeah, it's a great call. Obviously, no complaints here. Goblin did a lot of Argento stuff, didn't they?
Yeah, I have 3 or 4 vinyl albums of their stuff. So they did Suspiria, they did Tenebrae, they did Phenomena, although it wasn't under the name Goblin, it was Claudio Simonetti, but they did Phenomena. They've done so many, plus other Italian horrors like Zombie 2 and so much stuff. It was between that. I also Tenebrae is another one of theirs where I love the theme and Deep Red.
Yeah.
But the other one which I'm sure won't be on your list, but the first act of Tubular Bells, which obviously is The Exorcist.
Yeah,
that
nice.
was the one I was torn between.
Yeah. All right. Well, I will throw my movie song here then, just so that we get them out of the way. My theme song. It's one of the most beautifully simplistic theme scores ever written. It's up there with Jaws by, it's just so few notes. And I'm going with the Halloween theme by John
I was going to say,
Carpenter.
is it Carpenter? That was I had that as well.
It's staggering to me how well that score captures a mood. It's
it's written by the director.
Yeah.
Which is a rarity.
Yes, yeah. All right.
Yeah, really good. Best thing about that film, which has not aged as well as some people think it has. Not a patch on Black Christmas. Come at me, Paul Priscilla.
Jeez, you're just trying to get us cancelled, aren't you, mate?
It's good. Look, let me qualify. It's very, very good.
Yeah.
It has not aged as well as Black Christmas. Black Christmas is still a fantastic film. Halloween, the acting's atrocious, and no fault of Carpenter, but all of the tropes he created have been used so many times that film no longer. Most of the weight of that film, I feel, has been kind of diluted over the years. Whereas I think Black Christmas is still arguably the best slasher ever.
Yeah, fair.
That's me. I'll say that. Alrighty, got to have some Nick Cave in here.
I knew you would.
And there's so many songs about people killing folks and shit, but I tried to go with one that had a little bit of supernatural in there as well. So I'm going with Up Jump the Devil, off one of my favorite albums, Tend to Pray. If you can start it at the 15-second mark, just to make sure we actually get some lyrics. But I love this song.
What a wretched life. I was born on the day that my poor mama died. I was cut from her belly with a Stanley knife. My daddy did a jig with a drunk midwife. Who's that yonder hole in flames, dragging behind him a sack of chains? Who's that yonder hole in flames? For up jumped the devil and he staked his claim.
I knew you'd have some, Nick K. I had Red Right Hand on my short list as well,
I
which I'm
considered
not going to play, but yeah.
I thought I'll go with something a lot of people possibly haven't heard rather than something everyone knows because of Scream and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go with something that everybody's heard for once. I'm going with a song that I'm certain the whole world knows, as they should, because it absolutely fucking slaps. It's one of the best pop songs ever written about werewolves. It's Werewolves of London.
I was going to say, there is
Warren
no way
Zevon.
you can work Carly Rae Jepsen into this film.
I thought about it. I did think about it. But Werewolves of London by Warren
Taking
Zevon.
Zevon off the table. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand, walking through the streets of Soho in the rain. He was looking for the place called Lee Ho Fooks. Gonna get a big dish of beef chow mein. Ahoo, werewolves of London. Ahoo, ahoo, werewolves of London. Ahoo.
How can you not hear that song and just want to fucking dance?
Not only does it bring to mind Tom Cruise got his hair. I mean, it harkens back to one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I love the kind of, whether it's true or not, the myth behind it, where he was challenged as a dare to write us. I bet you can't make a hit song about American Werewolf in London, and it's by far the biggest thing in his entire career.
Yeah.
So
Was that song on your list? Did I take one of yours?
Did I? No, I've literally. It was my number in the bits that we haven't done yet, but I crossed it out at the last minute and put something else in.
Okay, all right. Over to you then for your. Is this your 7th pick?
It's my number 4. I don't know how your maths is working.
I've had too much to drink, mate. I haven't eaten today.
Oh, me neither. I'm looking forward to some takeaway.
Me too. Don't tell Noosk.
Alrighty. No. Secret's safe with me and all 50,000 of our listeners. So one thing I tried to do with my 10 was to, because Halloween songs to me is horror, dark and scary.
Yeah.
But to a lot of people, Halloween is kind of a joy, so I wanted to get a bit of a balance. So I've got some lighter stuff. This, until very late in the piece, was a song called Zombie Jamboree by Harry Belafonte.
Yep.
But I chopped it out at the last minute and put in Dead Man's Party by Oingo Boingo because I realized, how could I not have Danny Elfman in my fucking list?
Yeah. I'm actually surprised that. Oh, maybe I won't say it in case you do have it.
I don't have anything from Nightmare Before Christmas, if that's what you're thinking.
No, I thought that you would have Deo by Harry Belafonte.
No, because yes, it's in Beetlejuice, but it's not a fucking Halloween song.
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
That's why all those online lists are stupid.
Yeah.
All this stuff, nowhere to go. Walking with the dead man over my shoulder.
It's an excellent pick.
I love Oingo Boingo.
Oh, who doesn't? Oingo Boingo. Yeah. All right.
So good.
My number 7 is a band that I love, Dave. I've given you one of their albums on Hunt for the Perfect Album. I'm talking about Eels. And this song is
Honorable
fresh.
mention.
This song is Fresh Blood. What song
You'll
is
be
it?
pleased that it was an honorable mention for me. I know you think I wouldn't have thought of it, but I do actually go and look into artists after you bring them to my attention.
Yeah, okay. This has one of the best Halloweeny choruses ever, so I'm going to skip a bit ahead.
Before the flood, my sweet baby, I need fresh blood.
Such a great, one of the best wordless choruses of all time.
I was going to say, you cannot play that and not have that.
Oh!
Yeah, no, really, that was. I've got, and I won't mention them yet because they might be on your list. I'll do them as honorable mention. That was one where I went, oh, well, I don't need to include that, obviously. I kind of wanted to and have it as my number 10 just to fuck with you. But I thought, oh, well, Billy's going to have that, so I don't need to. But that's, oh, God, I love that song.
Yeah.
So good.
So we got 3 each left, is that right?
We do. Good 3, too. I don't know about you, but mine, certainly. All right. This... technically not a movie song.
Yep.
Although a cover of it is in a movie, and it does evoke to me one of my favorite horror movies from my youth.
Yep.
I'm going with People Are Strange by The Doors, which sadly a lot of people will be more familiar with Echo and the Bunnymen's cover from Lost Boys, but it's not as good.
Yeah.
It's not as good.
Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down. When you're strange, faces come out of the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange. People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look
Excellent call. Excellent call.
God, I love that band.
We're ending up with 2 very good lists tonight, I might say. I think that both of these lists
this might be the best playlist that's come out of this show.
Well, I think it's going to keep going because I'm actually going to include you in this pick, Dave. I am going to say 1 or 2.
Oh, I have to say that now?
Yes, you get to pick. For my next pick, I've got 2 songs, both from the same horror movie, both with the same word as part of the title, and I'm going to let you pick which one I go with.
I really just want to pause the show and try and fucking figure out what it is now. Don't throw trivia at me and expect me to concentrate on anything else. Oh, look, I'll say... oh, God, so much pressure. I can't deal with it. I don't know. 2, is that the right answer?
2.
Fuck, 1, 2, 2.
I think 2 is an excellent choice. Let's hear it.
I see the bad moon rising. I see trouble on the way. I see earthquakes and lightning. I see bad times today. Don't go around tonight.
It was, of course, either that or Blue Moon.
Then I'm glad I picked the correct answer because the correct answer is always Credence.
All right, you're number 2, mate.
Righty. All right. So this is quite a long song, but
Okay.
we couldn't have a Halloween episode without some serious goth. And look, I know you think you grew up with goth, but you're too young and you didn't.
So you're obviously picking Evanescence.
Wake me up. I am going with my favorite of the seminal goth bands. You know, there's Sisters of Mercy fans, there's Fields of the Nephilim, but for me, it's always been Bauhaus. All through high school, that's where I got my tips for skinny black jeans and teased up black hair and all the rest of it. And their classic song, Bela Lugosi's Dead, which features so prominently in wonderful film The Hunger, scrubbed to 345, because that way we'll get some vocals. This song just is fucking amazing.
Yeah, this was on my honorable mentions, so good call.
Undead, 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 the virginal brides file past his tomb. Still many times their flowers bereft in deathly bloom. Alone in a darkened room, the Count Bela Lugos is dead.
Spoilers, I may also have a very famous goth band coming up in short order.
Oh, one of my honorable mentions, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh. Is it?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, we'll see. Not this pick, though, because I'm saving it for my number one.
Is it off a soundtrack?
No. No.
Oh, then it's...
Are you thinking of The Cure from the Crow soundtrack?
Oh, fucking... That's all right, Steal My Thunder. All right, yes, Burn was what I was thinking of, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah, no. All right, but not this song. For this song, I'm bringing out a classic, and it is The Cranberries' Zombie.
Oh, gee.
Oh my god, such a good fucking song. I know it's not like super Halloween-y, but the chorus says zombie.
Look, I'm not going to argue it because it's one of the greatest songs of all time, and Dolores O'Riordan is one of the most wonderful humans ever.
It's so good.
Not about fucking zombies.
All right, here we go for your final pick, mate.
All right. Band you don't know much about, song you will never have heard, probably a song no listener has heard, I would think, unless my old uni mate Sean happens to be tuning in for this episode. But he is the guy who introduced me to the band The Angels and dragged me kicking and screaming down to St. George Leagues Club to see them live. And it was one of the most transformative experiences ever.
Did you scream out, "No way, get fucked, fuck off"?
I'm Australian, aren't I, mate? So, yeah, this band will crop up when we get to our top 10 sing-along songs. No doubt.
100%, yeah.
But the song is Dawn is Breaking, which is, from memory, it's off No Exit. This is one of my favorite songs of all time.
Okay.
Probably, it would be in my top 20 favorite songs of all time. Scrubbed to 3 minutes 20 because it's quite long and it's got a really slow build. But fucking love it.
In the streets, trampled heads beneath their feet, children playing with the dead, silver spoons stained with red. Watching through a widow's veil as Caesar desecrates the Holy Grail. You sit all alone in your front row seat. You look so small and
frail. You're the mud on the feet of the men you damn. Your darkness come too soon. You should be selling two-bit watches and girly photographs. Masterpiece in ruin. You're a pantomime of old world courtesy. You should have a degree for poetry. You should be incarcerated in an apartment tower with no technology. Did you ever listen to the polar poems to you? Did you ever
Nice. Nice.
Oh, fuck, I love that song.
All right.
I have actually listened to that in a fucking graveyard at night while drinking absinthe. There you go.
Classic Dave. All right.
Last week.
My number one choice is, you picked the band absolutely right. Of course it's The Cure. I mean, of course it is. But you might not know this song, because I was shocked to discover, of course, that you were not familiar with a lot of The Cure. And I am going with Lullaby.
Love Cats. Oh, I'm sorry. Lullaby. Isn't that off Disintegration?
Oh, yeah. So you are familiar with this one, at least, because I made you listen to it.
The album you gave me on this show. And the song, one of the songs I knew really well on that album.
It's so beautifully creepy. I absolutely adore this song.
It's my favorite song off that album.
Yeah.
Spider-Man comes softly through the shadow of the evening sun, stealing past the windows of the blissfully looking for vintage shivering bed, searching out fear in the gathering gloom, and suddenly over in the corner of the room, and there is nothing I can do. I realize before that Spider-Man is having me for dinner tonight.
Oh, I love this song.
That and Close. Is it Close to You?
Close to Me? Yeah.
Close to Me are my two favorite Cure songs by a country mile.
This song...
They're quite similar, so you can kind of get my sweet spot. Yeah.
This song is
so much.
so well written. It's so spooky. The whispered, hushed vocals. You know, the Spider-Man is having me for dinner tonight. It's man.
Yeah. That's why I love it. That and Close to Me as well. Which only really, I mean, the reason I love it only really works in conjunction with the film clip. But the beep, 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 where you've got them playing it on the comb.
Yep.
Something about that just really spoke to me. Yeah,
Yep.
good call. Yeah,
So-
I'm surprised. I thought you'd have Burn. I thought that was going to be your.
I thought about it.
Oh.
Well, why don't we run through some honourable mentions? Do you have any, mate?
Oh, I've got a billion. Do you want me to go first? Scary Monsters and Scooper Creeps by David Bowie.
Yep.
Vampire Girl by Jonathan Richman, an artist I had never heard of
Love
until
Jonathan
great
Richman.
friend of the show, Mark Manone,
Yep.
put me onto him, and I'm now a big fan. One which maybe we'll play the episode out on this, but I'm surprised neither of us had Monster Mash.
Monster Mash is actually the first one I've got written down, and I just didn't do it because it's kind of obvious.
Super cheesy, but you love cheese. That's why
I do.
It was one
I
of
do.
That and along with Burn is one of the ones I didn't pick because I thought, oh, Billy's gonna have
Monster Mash
He loves
is
cheese.
it is literally the first one written on my list. I just didn't play it. Yeah.
What else did I have? A song I'm a massive fan of called Fire by The Crazy World of Arthur Brown.
Okay.
Which I'm sure you would. Is Fire? Dun, 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 I'll take you to burn.
Right.
He along with Screaming Jay Hawkins, who was another one I thought of, used to do a lot of stage shows where he had like burning skulls on sticks and that sort of thing. Really theatrical. What have I got that you haven't mentioned? Another Jonathan Richman, Let Her Go Into Darkness, which is a fucking great song that you would love if you haven't heard it. Halloween by Susie and the Banshees was close.
Yep.
Bloodletting by Concrete Blonde, sort of vampire-y song. I had a whole bunch of fucking Misfits and Danzig songs, which I won't list through. Killing Moon by Echo and the Bunnymen. What else? Anything else in here that you haven't mentioned? Marilyn Manson did a cool cover of This Is Halloween from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yep.
That's all embarrassing. Spirit Got Lost by Mental as Anything was super close. I love Mental as Anything, and we haven't really had them on the show before, so I was keen for that, but it just got bumped.
Yeah.
Welcome to My Nightmare by Alice Cooper.
Yep, of course.
That's probably about it, I think.
You covered off a lot of mine just there. I did also have... I thought this would make your list. I put it here just for fun. Murder on the Dance Floor by Sophie Ellis-Bextor. I know that you're a big fan of hers.
I've already no, it wouldn't, but I've already used that, so no.
Me First and the Gimme Gimmes do a great punk cover of Phantom of the Opera, which is very cool. I thought that Time Warp from Rocky Horror Picture Show might make your list.
See, I saw a lot of lists online had things from Rocky Horror, and to me...
To you, that's an all-the-time thing, not a Halloween thing.
Yes. But
Yeah.
for some reason, nothing from Rocky Horror really, to me, says Halloween.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a musical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
And then I also had the Goosebumps theme, which is one for the 90s kids, and the Addams Family theme. Yep.
Nice.
There you go. Thank you for joining us.
I'm surprised neither of us had any Black Sabbath, actually.
Yeah.
Just in hindsight.
Yeah, true. I mean, we had very limited time to sort this out.
Sabbath. Yeah, I'm starting to rethink a lot of my picks.
Yeah. But thank you for joining us here at the Hunt for the Perfect Album. We hope that you had fun counting down our Halloween songs. Let us know what yours are. You can find us at pottymouthradio.com, pottymouthradio@gmail.com.
Obviously, I'm not in a position to read them out on this episode. But if you, maybe we'll put something up tomorrow before the app goes out, and at the very least, I can fold them into the Spotify playlist if I don't get it.
True, because I am curious to hear what other people have. So thank you for joining us here. And as Dave said, because there's no other way to do this properly, let's end it out on Monster Mash.
Excellent.
Working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
He did the mash.
He did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
He did the mash.
He did the monster mash from my lab.